Hey everybody, this is Strategic Command World at War Total Realism Project TRP version 0816 Lothos versus Machiafish. I am Lothos, I'm playing the Axis. This is episode 109, turn 217. So, I have my guts telling me that he may be thinking of a 1943 D-Day. So, I think I'm going to make some adjustments here. Um, to get some units over there, so that I can hammer him in case what I'm saying is true or thinking is true. So I want to be better prepared. So just some of the feelings is just some of the stuff that he's been doing in the game. I've been giving some thought to what's going on in the videos and how he's literally abandoned the Pacific. Um, so he's probably going to try to do a focus on Germany. But we're also so late in the game. I'm not sure he's going to have much success on that. If he has any intentions of wanting to win the game, it's going to be a bit more complicated. I guess he's trying to scout. Or he could be thinking of an invasion on this side. Did he just pull away? I wonder. It was Paris. Ah, he's got an armor core for the communists. No, there's his sub. I wonder if that's the one that's almost dead. We're still trying to run away with our fleet after we had our big victory. So before I do anything, let's remember to do this. Do that now. That. I thought he retreated, but I guess not. Or maybe he flipped something out. Because he did have a unit here, I thought. Or maybe he didn't, because this would have been his if he had a unit there. So I guess it is just those two. And then this debacle. Get to the next point. So the weak spot is really like here and then here. We slowly kind of come down. We could also pound here. First, I'm just doing a scan of all the weather stuff. Well, reinforce. How's the weather over here? Oh. We can launch some attacks in this area. And he's still on armor level 2. Whereas I'm on 3. So we actually have some options here. Look at that. And he's bringing him up. Bringing him up. Bringing him up. I wonder if he knows that I can see his attack coming. Tough choices in that regards. But I also don't like to say no to easy kills. Let's take a quick peek at the Pacific. Where are we over here? Of course it has to be raining in Hawaii. I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's reinforce the Marine because he's still on his own supply, so he can go up to a full 10. And do I have a destroyer that, of course, can't get in there? Oh, gosh. Come on. Subs are irritating. There we go. Now he doesn't have a zone of control. I guess the bad weather in this area is not too bad because I needed an extra turn anyways to get them in place. So between the two of them, they can de-entrench 4, which is enough to hit this spot here. Then I can open up with the battleships and my carriers. So hopefully next round there'll be clear weather here to finish this off. Hopefully, anyways. So what do I got going on over here? We've got sub that repaired. And send him back up here from it as a scout. I think I lost the sub, didn't I? I guess I didn't. I thought I did. I thought that Japan had 3 subs. Oh, one of them's at the port. That's right. All right, so we got this destroyer. Let's send him or rush him out here to be with the fleet. We got another Harry cruiser. Let's rush him out. Set him up for repairs. Set him up for repairs. I don't think he can repair. I'm going to try just for learning purposes next round, so, assuming he won't be killed by some sort of random submarine in the area. I'm going to send him to a port to see if I'm able to repair him. I don't think I can. I don't think the game engine will allow it. I think you have to disembark before you can repair. Out of coffee. That's actually sacrilege, so I may have to pause it a second so I can get another cup of coffee. I didn't realize I was almost out. Okay, so before we move this blob, we're almost there. So Perth can be hit from here. So he has a max entrenchment of 2. Oh no, max entrenchment of 3. So we need to wait for clear weather. So let me get a cup of coffee and then we're gonna do this. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. So got my coffee. So let's set out our scouts, I guess. Oops. So I'm gonna try not to use all of my units here. And then if I'm looking at this right, I can send 2 units per turn here. So I'm going to prepare for a full-blown invasion here. Obviously, we got to, if the weather's not clear next round, we'll continue moving south so that I can basically jet really fast across here. What I want to do is as soon as this falls, I want to start plowing my units on this side so that I can invade. Obviously, the goal will be Canberra and Sydney. So we want to hit those places and try to take them. Sydney's going to be very, very tough. So I want to get my carriers over so I can scout what does his defenses look like between Sydney and Newcastle. I think when we had an intelligence hit a long time ago, he just had a garrison unit here. But we'll figure that out. If it's just a garrison unit, we may be able to take Sydney. And I want to keep that headquarters, if at all possible, not in the invasion. And the reason I don't want to put him in the invasion is he provides supply for extra turns. So if Perth can fall in one shot, then I want to keep the headquarters to support this attack in case it takes multiple turns for Sydney to fall. So goal, we come here, we take this out. He may rail troops from Eastern Australia, which is possible. He will only be able to rail them to Albany, which is fine. I then immediately move here, cut this off, so he can't move any more troops into this area. And it's going to be very difficult because he only has one headquarters anyways. So he may not rail. He may just leave it, which is fine. I'm perfectly fine if he just leaves it. And I will just sit here tight. He does have a maritime bomber, and I'm hoping the maritime bomber is on the east coast of Australia, not the west coast. Looks like he may be pulling out in the sense of hitting this area. And now Japan has this to deal with. Well, we took care of his armor core. That's why I've been upgrading these guys for a while. I saw the attack potentially coming. And then let's get him. Where do I send him? Leave him there. We'll reinforce him next round. He'll be fine. And then he can now bomb Kuning. But I think I'm going to wait. Because I can double hit it. I can hit it with him and then hit it with him so that I get the double effect. Meaning that he can hit it, try to get the supply below 5, and then it makes it easier so he takes less damage. Any other troops that I want to send? I think what I want to do, though, is upgrade these guys because of the tanks. Research. Still doing anti-tanks. So I'm glad that I kept up the anti-tank because we would not have been able to kill that armor unit. But what it does tell me is that I'm going to need to buy... Huh. Japan can't build any anti-tank. That is odd. All right, well, let me add that to my notes. I'm going to pause this for a second, and I'm going to add like 1 or 2 anti-tanks in the next patch for Japan. Okay, I'm back. I added the notes. So, again, as I've mentioned many times in these videos, it's part of playing. You play testing and you're figuring out, oh, okay, they should have this option, or no, they should not have that option, so on and so forth. Okay, because they should. They should have the ability to build some sort of an anti-tank. Because I think China has it. And I'll also make sure that China has the ability to build anti-tank. It's just odd that Japan does not. And with him being pretty far down here now, he's pretty well protected. And behind the river. Yeah, I'm surprised he did that. I don't think I would have done that. Moving the armor like he did. I would have softened. Well, you got so much infantry, I would have tried to soften it up and get me to use my defenses on that. So research Japan. Let's put one into spying and intelligence. We want to definitely purchase something. Purchase. What we got coming in? Infantry Corps. Armored division is useless. I don't have any tech in the area. Mountain unit could come in handy. I heard somebody arguing that mountain units are not really worth it because they're target type soft. If they're defending in the hills and in the mountains, they're definitely worth it. The hills, I think they get +1 or maybe even +2. It's more than a regular unit. So I think regular units get +2. I think mountains get mountain units get regular units get +1. I think mountain units get +2. And then in like mountains themselves, they get like +3. So it is a higher defense than the regular units. So they definitely do well on a defensive nature. So maybe I should build one of these to come in handy. I haven't sent any reinforcements to China in a while, so maybe that'll do. Which leaves me 75 left. Could build a light unit. So I'm opening myself up here for potential attack. Just hoping that he's not going to notice, but we'll see. Getting the 2nd artillery up here is helpful. And you know what? I think it's, instead of upgrading the headquarters, it's better to get that light infantry in. No ships this round. I don't know what to do with him. Part of me says send him to truck. because that's like literally my main point for everything. I can't lose this. If Japan loses this, which they never did, I don't think they did in historically in the war. They never did lose that spot. Um, all right, so movement around here. I'm gonna pull some of these units. Leave the paratroopers here, but I think I'm gonna pull these units, some of these units back because I want it to be the elite units. Because once I'm done with Australia, I'm coming for India. I'm coming with everything that I got. I'm not going to try to invade the U.S. West Coast. That's kind of suicide with the amount of troops the U.S. is going to be having coming in. Land units, they're up to 32. I mean, any landing here, you're kind of stuck and you're not going to be able to really get anywhere. So this is probably as far as I can get. And then I may raid East Coast. I have to decide, I don't know, but I'm probably just going to sit here and go into a defensive posture. But I think I'm going to reroute everything and just focus everything on India. Especially if he's doing a 1943 D-Day, because if I'm pushing everything on India, he's going to be hard pressed with the United Kingdom. Because Germany is extremely strong on how things are playing out. So let's see. Flip these guys. If he's coming for the med first, we want to be prepared. And then here. That's actually a good spot right there to hit. We hit here, we outflank that spot. We can also get to his headquarters. And sometimes patience is the best reward. We're adjusting. We took that middle spot. He forces artillery back. We take City Bahraini. We now outflank the fort by two sides. Wonder if he's pulling back. His headquarters is right here. Oh, no. Oh, man. I forgot to reinforce that headquarters. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. All right. So Germany. I need to pause this for a second. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's try to see what we figure out what we're going to do here on the Russian front. We have the ability right now to attack in the south. And it looks like we get to attack before him. He's preparing for an assault down in this area here. So we can annihilate him pretty easily. What's his range? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's too far away. But I can de-entrench. We could take out that paratrooper unit. These 3 units are part of his backbone. That is at least holding that line. And when I take 2 of them out, it frees 1 more unit to use down here. And I have this infantry corps that I gotta do something with. I can always rail him down south. At any given minute, he can just take a whole bunch of Russians, send them here, and push me back. There ain't anything the Finns can do about it. If he actually does that, comes here and pushes me down, I have no choice but to retreat from here. So I know we can kill him. The question is paratrooper or the elite? I hate paratroopers. So many people play them, and then plus I already have my mechanized in a good position to fight him. We got an armor core here, armor core there. And it's basically to try to clean this up. To get myself here. What I can do is trying to save my planes. Takes 1 of his entrenchment off. Flip these 2 so he can be reinforced. And then now we look at this spot. I want my artillery. I don't want the artillery to hit. I also don't want to take that damage. And then save this artillery so that they can go up to 2 shells each. Basically, because he's next on my target list. He's the one that's at a 5. I move him here. He's still at the one that's at a 5. Everybody else is at a 6. So it's just basically this hex here that's in a tough bind. But I don't have to risk Manstein being being destroyed and losing that 4-star experience. And I now can move him closer to where I want him, which is this area. I want him to command these units. I don't like that guy commanding those units. I want Manstein commanding them. Thinking of taking this division back and sending him to France. I'd rather have corps here than divisions. Good. Everybody's still in solid ground. I'm going to free him up. Where else is there partisans? That's it. Just in case something shows up. Now you're done building that fort. Okay. So you'll build one right there. And you actually I should not have done that. Darn it. Hungarian unit, the division, we can send them here to where his headquarters is. I need to get this guy back to a rail line, which I cannot now because I screwed that up. I could take this one and move him. Where are... Hotspot is Kharkov. So I just slowly march him over to Budapest and we'll send him over so I don't lose too much time. The Kharkov, which frees him to do anti-partisan duty. Bulgarian unit will slowly move down here. Have him protect the port, which frees that corps, and we'll just do something else with him. The Italian Navy. Let's get the ships. We've got our anti-aircraft upgrades. I'm going to send, I think, some armored divisions. So let's upgrade him. Because he's going to be going someplace, probably France. Here, what I want to do is I want to kick him out so that I can start using that city as a supply line, and I can literally force a line here because he's got one long ways to go. I just want to basically take these border cities and force long supply lines for him. So we have... He's hurt. Let's reinforce him. We have... These bombers will never actually do damage, but they can demoralize. Okay. Not fair. We have 5D entrenchment. He can't reach, but he can reach. So these two guys have no choice but to go here. Can't reach nowhere. So do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. And we'll do that. He can help for morale damage. We got our breathing room. Just flip these back. So this city will start healing up. Now we got to do this guy. Even though he's de-entrenched, he's still going to hurt me and hurt me bad. Hmm. I mean, I could kill him. I just don't have enough to follow up, like to hold a spot. Well, he could come here, he can come there. So what we do here, temporary fly him out. Oh, I shouldn't have flown him out anyways. Send him here. Send him here. And then he can stay there because he's entrenched. Oh. We do need to do something with him. Because I want a retreat spot. Although I doubt he's going to level everything here. So he would probably... This guy's already 3 entrenched. So he'd probably attack this guy and he would just retreat here. So, okay, we'll leave him there. Now we got this area here. So let's get some more forces down. Where's my other tank destroyer? It's right here. That's right. We were going to send him down. Because he could make mincemeat out of these guys, hopefully. We got this guy. Let's send him in the middle. And then this tank destroyer. Let's put him there so I can rail him back out. So we've got a lot of planes we didn't use. Let's upgrade them to help avoid anti-aircraft. Actually, I need to upgrade those guys because it helps against anti-aircraft and it also helps against, so if you look, anti-aircraft defense, bingo. So I need to upgrade these guys as well so his anti-aircraft don't hit me as much. And then for these, since it looks like he's planning an assault down here, it's kind of a good hit and run tactic for them. I think all of my Stukas have been upgraded. What do I have for research? Do I need anything for research for Germany? I don't think so. No. I think we're good all the way around. So we're preparing to hit him, or not hit him, but the defensive position so when he starts his assault, we're able to deal with it. See the mechanized army coming. I'm solidifying my line, getting a defensive position. River line's good defense. And in the forest. We're securing our defensive position here. So he's the next guy. After that, I just move the headquarters here and I can just kind of form a little loop here. This guy. I'm right now leaning towards the south because of so much mechanized forces he has down here. And then I can basically go in and out and hit. He's an entrenched too, and that's what this engineer's for, is to get rid of that entrenchment. Manstein is finally free, so he can swing around and take command. Because he's now my best general. With von Rundstedt losing so much of his command force, or command experience. And I guess next round we'll have to redo all of our leadership. Okay, so he's most definitely coming. I'm very sure of that. So let's do some more upgrades. Because we want to fight as hard as we can. We did all of this stuff up here. Looks like all this is done. He just moved, so he can't upgrade. I guess I could upgrade some of the units down here in case I need to send them quickly to France. There's also the Maginot line. But let's do these. Why is that city allowed to have anti-aircraft? Oh, I guess I made it so that even large cities, not industrial centers, can still support anti-aircraft to protect their supplies. Makes sense. Forgot about that. So Bordeaux. All of the MPP points do have stuff. So I guess then let's start our Maginot line upgrades. He doesn't need the upgrades for a while. Oh, forgot about him. I just want right there. So I think we're kind of done. Oh, I do got to figure out what to do with this guy. And I really, if he's launching an assault here, even with him there, he's not gonna stop them. I'm more inclined to have him come all the way back so I can transport him back to Europe. And if the Finns need to, they can form a massive defensive line in this area, keep the supplies, and keep the Russians at bay, if need to be. I think that's it, folks. I do need to upgrade these guys before I do the assault, but my assault's going to totally be dependent on the weather. So we'll see how this is all going to play out. Can't think of anything else to do down here. I did a bunch of maneuvering. We're going to try to take these areas out here so we can try to sneak up through the northern sector, because there's his weak spot right there. Take City Bahraini. This guy that has 4 sides on him. We can also hit behind him if he leaves the headquarters there, which I doubt it. But main reason is I want to kill that motorized corps, if at all possible. He can't retreat because he's got everything jammed in there. So we can kill that motorized corps, which seems to be his strongest unit now, other than his artillery. Oh yeah, let me fix my supply situation. Takes care most. I mean, the best spot would be right here. But I can't get there because that's also one of the best spots for the artillery unit. Oh, I didn't put any. There's no anti-aircraft cover for there. I could flip the 2, but I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of risky what I just did here, but if he attacks and he hurts himself, he doesn't really have a secondary defense. And if he turns and uses artillery fire on it, that's good if he uses both, because then I don't have to deal with artillery fire. So I think we're good all the way around. Japan is the one that's in a tedious position because they have to do some major movements. Oh, God, weather, please clear up so we can get this and get this out of here. This is such a high risk for me. Take this, and then we need to rush to here, and then to here to take out the pressure, because I think that he's coming right here. Either he's going to invade here, because I saw him like pounding some of these areas of supply, or he's just basically using this as a diversionary, which is possible, and he's coming here. But I just don't, his unit counts don't seem high enough. They've got 32 US units, land units. I just don't see it. He's at exactly 100 ships. I'm at 78, 88, 98, 99, 115. Actually, 114. Exclude this Romanian one. So, all right, folks. I think we have got what we needed, or what we could do this turn. We're gonna have to move on to the next round. Actually, no, he can only go one. Okay, next round. At least we got rid of that armor core. It was short-lived. All right, end of the round. Next turn.